I'm here in Belfast and I'm here to look round Cruise and Maritime's Magellan. Well, welcome to reception, deck 5 on board the ship. This is the real hub of the ship because in general this is where you're going to embark, come aboard the ship, reception desk, excursions, all here, very centrally positioned down on deck 5. We're on deck 9, home of the Captain's Club on board Magellan, and here you'll find a secondary entertainment area as well as lots of spacious seating for a pre-dinner drink or just somewhere to sit and read a book in the afternoon. Often you find on board some of the furnishings on these older ships aren't too good, but I have to say, here in the Captain's Club, it's excellent. Well, if you're watching me in 2016, welcome to Scott's Nightclub. A pretty groovy and funky spot on board actually. I like all the furnishings and it's a very trendy place. If you're watching this in 2017, welcome to the Taverners Bar, which is the English pub on board. I haven't seen it because I'm visiting here in 2016 and currently it's Scott's, but for 2017 a very different vibe. If you're thinking of a pre-dinner drink, this is probably the best spot. This is Sinatra's on deck 9, pretty much midships, nice bar, a piano, just great. At the entrance to the Kensington restaurant, you'll find Hampton's Bar. This is a really popular spot for pre-dinner drinks. At the bar, take a seat and then through for your evening meal. Well, generally whenever you do a ship visit, there is always something that wows you when you're on board, and I've got to say on Magellan, it absolutely has to be the show lounge. Probably the absolute best one I've ever seen on a ship this sort of size. It's stunning, it's tiered, there's lovely seating everywhere with fantastic views, and just a great spot. Well, I talked about the wow in the show lounge, and here is definitely another wow. This is the Jade Spa on board, and it's absolutely huge. There is probably no other word to describe it. And it's also incredibly popular. So if you're coming on board, want to use these facilities, make sure as soon as you get on board, you book a treatment, because it's going to be busy. The other thing to mention, if you're thinking about price and maybe 5-star spa treatments, here you've got all the facilities, but having looked at the price list, you definitely haven't got expensive prices. Reach the outside of the ship now. This is definitely one of the pluses on board. Plenty of deck space, so if you're looking for a sunbed, you're not going to struggle on Magellan. This area is the Lido Bar at the back of the ship. You've got 2 lovely jacuzzis and a swimming pool. This one's not the largest on board. The larger one is midships, and we'll come to that one in a moment. We're midships now. At the Eros Bar behind me, have the swimming pool here in the centre of the ship, and the other side of that is the casual grill where you can have a burger and chips or something for a casual lunch that can be eaten poolside here, and side areas are nicely enclosed, so protected from the winds on maybe a windy day at sea. We're here now in the Waldorf restaurant on board. This is the larger of the 2 restaurants. Again, don't forget you can request this in advance if you want to. What I like about it particularly is the large picture windows, so if you get a table at the side here, one of these lovely tables of 8, you've got a beautiful view as you're sailing across the ocean. So this restaurant's great for your breakfast, for your lunch or for your dinner. 4 and 5 courses in the evening, and having sampled it last night, I have to say it was an excellent meal. The Kensington restaurant is the smaller of the two on board, and you've got some lovely tables of 8 here overlooking the window. Or I particularly like these booths that you can sit at, each taking 4 people. So either way, lovely restaurant for your dining. And I know people watch these videos for tips, and I have to say I've just had my lunch on board and I have to recommend the raspberry brulee. Raffles Bistro is the casual eatery on board, so if you don't want the formality of dining in one of the restaurants, then you can come up here, help yourself to the buffet, take a seat and just watch the world go by. If, like me, you need your fix of tea or coffee, this is the place to get your coffee, served throughout the day, help yourself and just take a seat. It's not often you get excited about a corridor, but one of the things I have noticed on Magellan is just how modern and contemporary these corridors are. Lovely carpet, great furnishings and just a lovely feel and look about it. So let's go and look at some of the cabins on board. Cabins on board are particularly modern. The one you see here is set up as a double, but equally the beds can be separated and the cabin can operate as a twin. This particular one is a Superior Plus outside. Here we are in a Category 3 inside twin. This particular cabin is set up in an L shape, as you can see, but it can also be made up either as a double, just here, or as a twin, either way. Nice and spacious is my overall view. I think it's a great cabin, good size, and if you're looking on a budget, perfect. One of the interesting things about Magellan is you can see these upper berths in this cabin. Now this ship can take 650 passengers, but very regularly Magellan travels with just 1250 because they don't fill these upper berths, which means there's actually more space on board for the passengers, so good news. I mentioned about not getting excited about corridors, and here I am getting excited again. This is the corridor down to the suites on board Magellan, and again, tremendous. For the great value prices that Magellan charge, this is exceptional. Now this is what it's all about. This is the Royal Suite on board. This particular one I'm sat in is one for disabled, so therefore just behind me normally there's going to be a glazed panel, but on this one it's open to give that bit more space. Now, what they always say with cruising, you pay for what you get, but I have to say what you get here is tremendous, and again at the price they charge, really good value. Other things to mention of note with this particular suite, you've got a tremendous telly built into a little wall in front of the bed and a separate one in the lounge area. The walk-in wardrobe is very spacious indeed, and to top it all, a great balcony to enjoy the sunshine. Other nice little extras I think here is on arrival a nice bottle of champagne, some flowers and some fruit, and then every day some canapes delivered to your special suite. Well, I'm back at the office now, and it's great to have a couple of days just to reflect when you do these ship visits. With the smaller ships, and Magellan at 1250 passengers is in that sort of category, they're often quite old and certainly look tired and in need of a bit of work. Magellan was different. Magellan had great fixtures and fittings, it looked tremendous, the show lounge was great, the restaurants were great, an awful lot of positives. So when it comes to my overall view of these small ships, I'd put Magellan absolutely top of the tree.